Good morning and welcome to Muscle Maintenance with In Shape Fitness. I am Kim Watkins and I will be your trainer for this 15 or so minute roughly workout equipment-free routine that we're going to be doing for Wednesday, April 24th. It is a level 3 difficulty, applying the building blocks that we have been practicing so far this week. We will be adding a level of difficulty and taking it up a notch in terms of your heart rate and your efforts all the way around. So go ahead and stand up for me if you're not already standing. I hope you're having a great morning so far. I've been up all night basically, but I'm ready to go, and not up all night as in partying, up all night as in my daughter is sick, so I've been kind of up and down, sleeping very intermittently, exhausted. But here we are. It doesn't matter, right? You're just going to get up, get it going, stand up, take a couple of really deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Remember, it is very important that you take that breath in through your nose. Really controlled breath. It is filtered, water vapored breath, so it is more effective in terms of helping your muscles and being better for all around consumption of oxygen in your body. Now we're going to jog in place for 30 seconds to get the blood flowing, get your heart rate up a little bit, and just, activate all of those neurotransmitters and lubricate the joints and whatnot. So 30 seconds is going. Make sure you lift those feet off the floor. This is not a 30-second shuffle in place. Really kick the heels up and swing your arms forward and back. All right, here we are. We're in it. We're in it together. Make sure you contract your abs. Keep your tailbone tucked in. Lots and lots of people have a tendency to sort of rotate the butt out, stick the butt out a little bit. That's a pelvic tilt. It's a forward pelvic tilt. You don't want to do that. Okay, now bring your feet together in that heel to toe position we've been doing all week for Lighthouse. It's a balance move. So your dominant foot should be in the back, but press all four corners of each of your feet into the floor. Hopefully no shoes are on. I think I mentioned that already. Anyway, stick your arms out to the sides and turn your head all the way to one side and then all the way to the other. And that's not that big of a deal, right? But it will cause you to waver. It knocks your equilibrium off, right? The equilibrium of your body, very physiological sort of condition of the body, is this homeostasis, this equilibrium that really is monitored and conditioned in your ear, your inner ear. And by turning your head, you're kind of knocking yourself off balance. Plus, being staggered with your feet, you really have to contract all the muscles, which hopefully you're doing. So squeezing those tummy muscles, Kegels, pelvic floor muscle contractions, all that stuff. Super, super great in terms of the warm-up. All right, so here we are. 2 sets, 6 moves. First set will be instructional, which means you'll get a little bit of time in between each of your moves. And the second set will be a flow set where we're going to move quickly through all 6 moves. With the first set, make sure that you listen very carefully for my instruction in terms of your foot placement, in terms of your posture, in terms of your breathing, and of course, in terms of your precision of movement. All right, the first one is the ballet move. It is called the first position double heel raise. Yesterday we just did alternating heel raises. Today you're going to get your feet into foot first position, heels together, toes all the way out, arms in front of your body, making a graceful sort of forward circle with your arms like a ballerina. Lift both heels up and then gently put them down on the floor. 30 seconds. Time starts now. Very good. Keep the back straight. Make sure that tailbone is tucked in. Once again, I'll harp on certain things, but you always know I'm going to say basically the same stuff. Tuck in your tailbone, breathe deeply into your nose, out through your mouth, and make sure you contract your abs, and then squeeze those pelvic floor muscles. This is such a great time to practice your Kegels. And I'm a female. I know men think, oh, that's a girl thing. But the truth is that when you draw your navel in towards your spine and really contract the muscles in your hips, guys, obviously you don't have the uterus, you're not dealing with that, but you do have the same pelvis, relatively speaking. So contract those muscles. Okay, now bring your feet together forward where your toes and heels are touching. You're going to do a chair squat again. And this time, each time you go down, you're going to do a pulse, a really good, solid, up another inch and back down, and then all the way back up. All right, so make sure that your hands are extended out in front of you for balance, and then sit down and back into that imaginary chair, making sure that your knees don't go past the tips of your toes. That's it. And then when you come up, you're inhaling on your way down. As you come up, you're exhaling. You're pressing your heels into the floor, and you are squeezing your glutes. Ready? Time starts now. I didn't wait for the answer to the ready question, obviously. But then again, I can't hear you. One of these days, I'll have to do a live broadcast in case anyone wants to call in and ask questions. But of course, you can ask me questions. I am very, very open to questions, and you can send me any sort of correspondence through our website, inshape-fitness.com, and you can reach me on Facebook or on Twitter. Lots of ways to get in touch with me. Okay, now let's do that boxing move. Yesterday we did a very controlled, stable punch where you punched your right arm out and then brought your right arm back towards its defensive position next to your rib cage, and then you did the same thing with your left. First thing, plant your feet about shoulder width apart with your pinky toes and heels in line. Bend the knees a little bit so that you're squatting down. You've got that little, ready bounce about you that boxers always have. And now you're going to dynamically start punching. So as you're bringing you punch out with your right hand. As you bring your right hand back, you're punching out with your left. Punching out with your right. Left, right, left, right, left, right. And it's that fast. It's super dynamic. And I want you to get going. Time starts now. Remember to keep your back straight. Don't lean forward. Don't collapse at your waist. Keep that back straight. Keep your abs contracted. And make sure that your shoulders twist. Your torso is twisting, because remember, the power it's generating from your gut is coming out of your shoulder, through your arm, and out the fist there that's made when you make contact with your target, theoretically. You're obviously not punching anyone, hopefully, at this moment. If you are, it's okay. Sometimes that happens. All right. Now let's do a plank down on the floor. I'm just kidding. No punching allowed. Unless it's like a punching bag, which is fine. Now you're down on your forearms. We're going to do a plank with your shoulders and elbows in line, and then corkscrew the hips, right? So dip the right hip down, then the left, then the right, then the left. Now I want you to try these on your toes. And once again, as I mentioned yesterday, if you cannot sustain 30 seconds on your toes and you end up on your knees, that's fine. Just hold the position. Don't drop to your belly. Okay? Time starts now. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. To make this harder, squeeze your glutes. Really focus on the contraction of your glutes. A lot of people will say, I can hold a plank for a long time, like 2 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Sure you can. If you're just sort of passively hanging out there, perhaps, and you've trained your body to do so. Your body can do all sorts of interesting things when you practice it. And that's very important to practice and get good at exercising. But you don't want to, spend more time than you need to. So by contracting all those muscles and really forcing the contractions in the most effective way, you have to exercise less time. Push-ups are next. You can do these on your toes. These are standard push-ups. I'd like you to start on your toes if possible. Make sure you separate your hands a little wider so that you use the chest muscles. And time starts now. Bend your elbows, lower the body. Exhale and lift back up. Once again, if you need to stop because you cannot sustain 30 seconds of push-ups on your toes, go down to your knees. No big deal. It's absolutely fine. Just don't give up and stop altogether. You've got 12 seconds. 30-second intervals, which I love. Sometimes people complain that, that there's not really a lot of time to exercise. And of course, the flow set is meant to be the set where you really kick it up a notch. 3 seconds, by the way. Now turn your body over and stick your feet up in the air. Hands behind your head. This is the lifted leg crunch. Draw in your navel towards the spine. Really contract those abs. Now lift your head, your shoulders and the top of your rib cage straight up. Look up at your ceiling. Don't look forward. Time starts now. Good. Move to the rhythm. Exhale as you lift up and down and up and down, up and down. 10 more seconds. Quick break, and then we're going to go through our flow set pretty quickly. Hopefully you remember. Now that it's Wednesday, you should know we're doing ballet, then the squat, then the punching, then the plank, then the push-ups, and then your crunch. Good. Okay. Stand on up for me. Bring your feet together, your heels together rather, your toes all the way out. Bring your arms in front of your body in that circle. We're going to start the second set in 8 seconds. I'm going to get through this quickly. I want to get you out of here by 15 minutes on the dot. And time starts now. Double heel raises. Lift up and lower down. Make sure you contract your abdominals. Make sure you keep your tailbone tucked in. And make sure that you move gracefully. Remember, you're a ballerina right now. Man or woman. Ballerina means grace, which in turn means control and precision. All very important attributes to efficient, sustainable exercise without any equipment, which is always the way it will be here at Muscle Maintenance. I never use equipment, with the exception of the Go Band, which my company produces. Move on in, by the way, to the chair squat with the pulse. And time starts now. Good. Make sure your heels are contracted or pressed into the floor as you lift your body up. Make sure you inhale on your way down, and make sure your knees don't go past the tips of your toes. Anyway, so back to the Go Band for another 10 seconds. It is the lateral strength. So I use this for a lot of lateral movements, particularly through the hips, the top of the leg, and the butt, where people really suffer, especially people that want to exercise, people that want to do stuff, participate in sports. Okay, now we're going to punch. So separate your feet hip width apart and dynamic punch. Time starts now. Punch, punch, punch. Right, left, right, left. Good. Keep that going. Punching, boxing and boxers and ballerinas are so diametrically opposed, but yet they actually have a lot of interesting similarities in terms of core power and grace. I mean, boxing is a bit of an art, not just a science. Maybe that's the thing. One is the science, one is the art, but they are forever connected in terms of the use of the body in such an amazingly controlled way. All right, now you're down on the floor again. Plank with a corkscrew. Ready? Time starts now. Okay, time starts now. Dip those hips. Rotating through the torso. Another one of those issues now, lateral movements, and I actually kind of couple these things together because they are so unique. It's sort of moving or getting to the side of you by either rotating or moving side to side. Sure, they're different muscles, but the truth of the matter is we're all about functional fitness at InShape, and what I love about this corkscrew plank is the force of the hips. Twisting that one hip down, twisting the other. Rotation in your spine is something you don't do a lot of in your regular life, probably. Okay, 2 moves left. Push-ups are next, and then the lifted leg crunch. Ready, set, go with push-ups. Make sure that you inhale on your way down. Big deal. Exhale as you contract those shoulder muscles, contract those biceps, and work the back. And keep it going. Actually less than 15 seconds, about 10 seconds now. And I'll count you down from 5. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2. Last move. Turn your body over, lifted leg crunch, hands behind your head. Time starts now. Feet are in the air. Try to keep your feet straight, your legs straight rather. There's another interesting shortcoming of the human body in this day and age is that It has such limited range of motion, and though this is not a range of motion as a yoga or bending pose, it is still very interesting to observe people do a lifted leg crunch, because I want your legs to be straight, right? And lots of people can't actually do that. Okay, finish the one you're on, and you're golden. Here we are. Now you've got your Wednesday ahead of you. No gym needed. Have a wonderful day. And we'll hopefully see you tomorrow on Thursday for the level 4 difficulty working out, of course, to Friday where I'm kicking your butt with level 5. I'm Kim Watkins from In Shape in New York, and I will see you soon. Have a great day.